So today I'm here with a book haul. I have three books, so I'm going to show you all of them, obviously. First book I have is called Breaking Silence. This is by Linda Castillo, or Castillo. And this is a... Oh, it's got a little bit dented on the front. This is a murder mystery. I don't really read many murder mysteries / crime books, so I wouldn't actively go out and buy them. But this is set in the Amish community, which I think is really interesting because there's not a lot known about the Amish, I feel. And also, like, what is known of them, you wouldn't really expect a murder mystery to take place in an Amish community. I'll read you the synopsis. It's a bit long, but I think it would be better for you to understand the synopsis if I read it. A frantic call in the dead of night summons Chief of Police Kate Burkholder to a sleepy farm in the idyllic Amish community of Painter's Mill, and a scene of unimaginable horror. Rachel and Solly Slaba and his brother Abel have drowned in the hog pit, leaving their 4 children orphaned. Then a routine autopsy reveals that one of the victims suffered a head wound before death, and it becomes clear that foul play was involved. Agent John Tomasetti has been called to Painter's Mill to investigate a series of atrocious hate crimes against the Amish. John and Kate have worked together before and share a complex personal relationship. Together they search for the link between the crimes, but any link is difficult to establish because the Amish are very proud and private people who shun involvement from outsiders. As the case progresses, Kate develops a bond with the children, particularly the 15-year-old daughter Salome. Having grown up Amish herself, Kate is determined to bring the killer to justice. As the truth emerges, it becomes clear there is a dark secret at work, a secret that turns a tragedy into something much more shocking. So, yeah, like I said, I thought that sounded really interesting because it's a murder mystery set in an Amish community, which I wouldn't expect to read about. As you can see at the top, it says, sometimes even the Amish keep secrets. Yeah, so I picked this one up, and it was in the pound shop. It was only £1, so I thought it's a pretty good deal. And it's really thin. It's only like 287 pages, I think. No, okay. Sorry if I sound a bit sniffly, I'm a bit ill at the moment. 295 pages, so it's not very long at all. And the chapters are really short. Like, as you can see, that's the beginning of chapter 6. And then, literally, like, 4 or 5 pages later, there's chapter 7. So, the chapters are really short as well, which is a really good thing. Right, next book I bought is The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North. Now this is quite a thick book, but I love this cover. I think it's really clever. Yeah, and this says, some stories cannot be told in just one lifetime. No matter what he does or the decisions he makes, every time Harry dies, he always returns to where he began, a child with all the knowledge of a life lived a dozen times before. Nothing ever changes until now. As Harry nears the end of his 11th life, a little girl appears at his bedside. I nearly missed you, Dr. August, she says. I need to send a message. This is the story of what Harry does next, and what he did before, and how he tries to save a past he cannot change and a future he cannot allow. So I thought that sounded really good, actually. Like, really good. I mean, it is a not contemporary, but, you know, it's adult. But yeah, I don't know, it just sounded really good, and the chapters in this are really short as well. Somehow I picked up books that have really short chapters, like that chapter 22. And then, literally, you see two or three pages, and there's chapter 23. That is crazy, like, yeah, really crazy. And the last book I picked up today is The Martian by Andy Weir, the paperback version. And on the back it says, I'm stranded on Mars. I have no way to communicate with Earth. If the oxygenator breaks down, I'll suffocate. If the water reclaimer breaks down, I'll die of thirst. If the habitat breaches, I'll just kind of explode. If none of those things happen, I'll eventually run out of food and starve to death. I'm screwed. This is about a man He goes out on a space mission, and all of the crew dies apart from, well, actually not all of them. Most of the crew die apart from him and a few others, and the others believe he's dead, but he's not. He's stranded on Mars. And it's about him trying to survive on Mars as long as he can. I think that sounds really interesting because I've read a lot of survival stories, but none that are set on Mars. And I never really read a book about Mars, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, and I like this cover. I'm not a big fan, but I like it. I mean, it's the only cover I could find, so yes, I am looking forward to reading this one. And I like the spine as well. It's very, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's nice. And yeah, I'm excited to read this. So that's it. Those are my 3 books. If you have read any of these, please let me know and tell me what you thought about them. Yeah, and that's it. If you like this video, please like. If you wish, you may subscribe. And I will see you again soon. Have a lovely day and happy reading. Goodbye.